And here is my first trade in this week on the gold USD, and this time I already have the profit is more than 200 pips. 200 pips for the gold is very normally, and this time you can see that the markets go up very strongly, and here is an unconfluent strategy example. And normally net jump from the 4 hour first to see the big pictures and why I can analyze an entry like this. The first one, when you come into the 4 hour of the gold USD, you can see that from the left side to the right side, we can analyze the structure of the markets in the high and high low. And I always define the structures. After define the structures, I define the strongest demand zone or supply zone. For this case, is the structure of the uptrends, therefore define the strongest demand zone is the second thing I will do. And at this time you can see that here is strongest demand zone in the 4 hours, and at this time price already break, and therefore trends already changed from the up movement to down movement. And when you define the trend already changed, you need to define one more thing, where is strongest supply zone of the down movement. And at this time when you see that the markets have a structure like this, and therefore here is its strongest supply zone in the 4 hour of the gold USDs. And for this case, I will jump into this 1 hours to see the detail about the structures of markets and to find out where is best play for me to entry in this week. And you can see that my first trade, here is my first trade, and here is my second trade. And as you can see that this week starts from the 29th is Mondays, and today is the 2nd of December. And I will jump on to the Friday to you to be easy how I analyze from the Mondays. And here is the time I analyze markets. And as you can see at this time on the 1 hours, what I can see that very hard to define where is the structures in the 1 hours, and therefore I will jump smaller to zoom in the charts to see where is structures of the pullback way when price come into the strongest supply zone in 4 hours. And when you zoom in, you can see that the structure of markets at this time is this high and high low, and here also the strongest demand zone in the 15 minutes time frame, and at this time price already changed. And when you define like this, here is strongest supply zone in the 15 minutes. At this time, due to the market need to zoom until the 15 minutes time frame, therefore I don't define supply, demand and structure of the 1 hour chart. I will intest it by the 15 minutes time frame. You will normally do it while you have more experience in the trading or practice more. You can realize it's very easiest. And at this time, due to this strongest supply zone in the 15 minutes time frame is very near to the 4 hour, therefore I don't drawing it in the markets. I just remember here is a place I can entries, but at this time when you see that the market already break with very strong multiple candle like this, therefore I will priority to entry with the strategy is a break and retest, and here is strongest demand zone of the 15 minutes time frame. Therefore, here also the best play to entry when the price break and retest again this strongest demand zone and go down again. And I will take profits in the recent low of the market. And so let's jump several candle. You can see that the markets come into this play, and this is the limit orders. I don't with the markets confirm because at this time you can see here also very best play because we have small structures. At this time, also here is the strongest demand zones, and I get entry and stop loss. It's just 32 pips on the goals, and on the go while trading on the go, I already reduced the loss size 6 times or 4 times when compared with the time I trade on some of the currency pair like the Euro USD, because the fluctuation in the goals is really high, higher than the foreign currency is 4 times. Therefore, I also divide the loss size 4 times to make sure that every losses and every take profit is the same. And at this time, you can see that the markets come into this level and go down very strongly. And at this time, you can see that I can trading stop based on the strongest supply zone of the down movement in the 15 minutes time frame. And here is the first play I can change the stop from the first stop loss to this stop loss, and the second one I will change it until this levels, and the third stop loss I will change until this levels. And when the price come and hit to my trading stop, I already take profit at this time, and also have a take profits might be as more than 110 pips. And that is my first trade on this week. And at this time, you also can divide here is the strongest supply zone in the down movement 50 minutes time frame. And once price break this strongest supply zone, it means that the down movement in the 50 minutes time frame already changed. Therefore, I will looking for some of the influence strategies for this case, and that is the reason why I quit to buy in the second entries. And you can see that price already break these levels. Therefore, I will quit price come until the strongest demand zone or the recent break supply zone to entry into markets, because price always want to test again. And one more thing you can define here is the strongest demand zone in the markets for this movement, due to I already showed it this time, and when the market creates a new strong demand zone or the supply zone, I will delete the last one to be easy to follow the markets. Don't make just a very noise. And when the markets come and create a structure like this, it means that at this time the strongest demand zone already changed from this level to this level. Therefore, here is the place I will wait to entry. Of course, I also wait to entry at this time, but at this time, this zone already changed. Therefore, my wait to entry also changed until this levels. And you can see that price already come and pull back against. At this time, I still not entry because this also has the demand zone, and price already test the first time and might be test the second time. And at this trade, I need to wait more the confirmation signals. And when price come with a strong market like this, I need to see some signals that market already weak. Therefore, I need to wait. And I also set the outlet at this time. If market come at this level, I open the chart and see if there any signals like candle patterns, bright patterns for me to entry. And if I already set the limit order like this, I already fail, because you see that bright already take my stop loss if I entry like this. But this one, I wait to entry until these levels. So let's see. Here is the first signals. I put these entries because when you see the market come the first time into these levels, price creates engulfing patterns, and the first up candles higher than the last down candle double times, and the second time the market come to these levels, also the same actions, therefore have a strong up power at these levels. And I set the buy stop orders above of this pattern a little bit, and stop loss below of this strongest demand zones, and my take profits until of the strongest supply zone in the 4 hours just. Here is the place I take profits. The reason why I take profit like this, we already learned in the influence strategies. When price already break the down movement in 50 minutes time frame, and we cannot define the strongest supply zone in the 1 hours. Therefore, the strongest supply zone in the 4 hours is the best place to entry. In the theory, in the market theory, that we can define the 4 hour, 1 hour, and 50 minutes time frame very easily. But when you have more knowledge and come into the real markets, some of the time we can have the advanced case like this. But you also can just follow some of the best case like our theories. And if you also follow some of the very professional trader or profitable trader in the FTMO funds or other funds, you can see that one professional trader only follow one strategies. Everything is just one, and they wait until the markets come and create patterns or this structure like their standards, and they come into the markets, and other case they will skip it. That is why the professional trader only entry set pro entry per week or per month. And at this time, let's move on some candle to see how the markets go. And at this time, very lucky to me that you can see the markets very near to my stop loss. Just have more than the 1 pips, might be 2 pips, and go back against, and you can see that how the strongest demand zone work in the markets. But at this time, to be safety, you need to stop loss below of the lowest candle like this. But at this time, my stop loss only this level is quite risky, but very lucky to me for this trade. And the markets come until this is very safety and go very strongly like you say, and hit my stop loss. And after this trade, After this trade, you already see that the markets come immediately, hit my take profit and go down very immediately. At this time, I already making that 4-hour strongest supply zone already the best play to sell, but at this time I cannot see any of the signals to sell at this time. Just have the engulfing pattern like this, but the stop loss is very far. You can see that it is 64 pips, and I cannot make sure that the market can go, the pullback can hit my stop loss and go down or just go like this. Therefore, I skip this trade, and here also quite late in my country, therefore I don't trade in the midnight like this. Therefore, I just have a 1 and 2 the profit trade in the gold for this week. And that's all about the video today. Thank you and see you in next video.